We're coming at you live from the Premier Series Finals in Brooklyn, New York. The energy is about to explode on the scene here in the concrete jungle as athletes from all over the globe have gathered here in New York City to make history. I'm Cara Mack, your host of the pregame show, along with Henry Ferrarin and Lucio Batista. And we are here on the scene at Ferox Athletics in Brooklyn, New York. This is where all the action is going down this weekend, and we are excited to be here. This is the place where dreams come true. And for 200 athletes who've gathered here to New York City, they're about to try to make their dreams become a reality. The Premier Series championship title for every division has the opportunity to win a cash prize, some incredible recognition, opportunity for sponsorship, and of course, some sweet bragging rights, because you have just proven that you are literally the best of the best from around the world. Over the past few months, athletes have been competing from leagues all over the world to make it here for the finals. They're the top-ranking athletes from leagues like the World Ninja League, Canadian Ninja League, Wolfpack Ninja Tour, Israeli Ninja League, Ninja Sport Challenge, and UK Ninja Sport. And they're all here this weekend to make history. And you know what? There's a lot at stake this weekend. There is opportunity for sponsorship, and we already have 15 athletes who have been sponsored who will be competing here this weekend. And this weekend, it's going down. You better brace yourselves. Some ninjas are going to soar, and some are going to fall. But we're going to see who's going to come out on top and stake their claim at the prize for the championship title. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to talk about the athletes. What do you guys think? Henry, Lucio, you guys ready?
Oh, we're ready.
All right. We're about to focus on the top 5 most jaw-dropping moments from the season so far. Let's go to number 5. So we've got Silas Snyder here on the course, and this is a pretty incredible save. I mean, he was supposed to joust and get that pipe into the hole, and he managed to get it on top and push himself up. I don't know about you guys, but this is a lot of strength.
Yeah, a lot of flexibility needed there as well. As you saw, he had to really get his hip really high and extend through to get that finish move. Really super impressive, and a lot of balance needed there to actually stabilize the bar as well.
All right, moving on to number 4, Zach Toussaint. This is another impressive run, and let's see what Zach pulled out of the bag. So in this one, Zach actually was able to reach across and under the course to cut his way to the finish. It's just such an incredible save because he was able to do what other athletes weren't able to do.
What you're watching there doesn't look impressive, but it was, because other athletes tried that exact same move and they were failing it. So that presence of mind to try something, think outside the box and really send that was really impressive.
Yeah, number 3, Yuri Prokudin. Taking us back to motive. Yuri had such an incredible save, that one-arm grab.
Oh my goodness. Really so impressive there. It doesn't look very impressive because what basically happened is his brain said, I'm checked out on this, but his body did not quit. He grabbed that vertical grip and was able to make it all the way to the dismount platform. Absolutely impressive by Yuri there.
Yeah, and number 2, we got Madeline Medeiros. One of our young competitors in the elite female division. Her run was just incredible. I felt like she was so smooth. She just knew exactly what to do on the course and was the only female clear that day.
Madeline is super impressive. She is so strong. That was really, really, really amazing what Madeline did. She's one of my top picks to go all the way, so I'm really excited for her, but she does not get tired. Those fingers are so strong, and that run was super smooth.
Yeah. All right, number 1, Aiden Collins. So Aiden was lining up for this throw, and it looked like he didn't even know if he was really going to get the ring on the bar for the skyhook. This was his second attempt, and you can just see how he barely hung on, but he was there, and he just didn't flinch. He was like, oh, wait, I got it. Here I go.
Yeah, you could really tell there. Aiden was on the absolute tip of that hook. The ring looked like it could teeter off at any moment, but he was able to use his core strength to just hang on and make that dismount. Very impressive job by Aiden there.
Yeah, those are some amazing moments from this season so far, and I cannot wait to see what happens this weekend in the finals. We are here in Ferox Athletics, and it's one of the most impressive ninja gyms on the East Coast. It's actually the largest facility on the East Coast, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to be here. What do you think about this gym and the course designers?
Oh, yeah, no. I go way back with Zach. I actually came through here when it was just a convention center. And I'm telling you right now, this is the Madison Square Garden of Ninja right now. This place is amazing. The throws, the moves, big throws. The course that they're designing is very, very techy, and we're really excited. But here at Ferox, what an amazing facility. I'm super excited.
Yeah, so we're going to head over and take a look at the rules video because we want to take a look at the rules with the entire team here and then give you our thoughts of what we're looking at and make our predictions on what's going to happen on the course.
Welcome to the Premier Series Finals here at Ferox. This is the placement course. This will be 5 obstacles. You get 1 shot and you're done. The time limit will be in the description below. First obstacle, starting platform, is this red mat. Using hands and feet, you may make your way across any part of these steps. The blue balance beam here, so that does not down here. You're talking the blue balance beam alone. The red steps over here. Any part of the trampoline to make your way to the first touch point, which is this black bar up here. So if you touch it and drop, that's a clear. Next obstacle, from this black bar, you may use this next black bar here. And then the 3 angled lache bars over here to make your way to the trampoline. You may not use the red platform, that's just to secure the trampoline. Your touch point is the dipper bar over here. All right, so if you tap it and then drop, you will get the point for the angled lache bars, but fail the next obstacle. Now, on the dipper bar, when you catch it, it is on magnets. It will swing back. You may swing back to it however you like. There are half clamps over here as well, so it will not slide past those half clamps. You can use the preset trapeze to make your way to the pit pillow down here, which is your dismount. And that is the first, second, and third obstacle altogether. Come on. All right, obstacle 4 and 5 together. Starting platform is this red mat over here. Using the red steps over here and the tops of the dominoes over here. You can use the trampoline as well. You're making your way to your touch point, which is this first bar. So if you tap that bar and drop, that is a clear. Now, through this line, you have the bar, the ring, the bar, any of these 3 sidebars here. 1, 2, 3. You can use the chucks if you'd like. You've got the bowl, the other bowl, and the dismount is that red platform there where your buzzer will be. Alright, welcome to the Ferox Premier Series. This is the challenge course. We've got 9 total obstacles. Your time limit is going to be in the description. First obstacle, starting platform, is this red mat. Using hands and feet on these parkour boxes. Any part of the parkour boxes. So sides are alright, floor is out. You're going to make your way to this dismount platform, this pit pillow right here. Incidental and this is alright, but if you knock it over, that's out. There's no using this in any way. Again, if you tap it and it stays there, that's totally fine, as long as it doesn't fall over. Nice. Okay, obstacle number 2, starting platform is this red mat here. Using the trapeze bar and the taped fidget spinners. So the ones that are closest here, so the first one here and the first one here are going to be taped, so it's obvious which ones you can grab. You may only grab the tape holds. You're going to be going across the fidget spinners, making your way to this dismount platform right here. You may not overshoot, as this is the landing platform, the starting platform for the next obstacle as well. All right, Obstacle 3, starting platform is the same landing platform from obstacle 2. Again, you may not overshoot. You're using the flying bar and the flying bar only across whatever cradles you want to make your way over to this mat over here, which is the gray raised mat. Okay, so it's not the red on the floor, that's the same level. You're going to the raised mat over here. This is hands only. You're good. All right, obstacle number 4. Coming off of obstacle number 3. If it's like sketchy that you're falling back, we might call it. Just make it clear that you're here, and then come back over here, or you can go around. Starting platform is this black mat here. Rings will start on the platform using whatever hooks you'd like. And these 2 rings, you're gonna make your way across these hooks, which are all angled differently, and you're gonna make your way to this black platform. You may overshoot, as this is not the starting platform for the next obstacle. Go. Nice. All right, obstacle number 5, starting platform is this red pad right here. Using the hook and only the white globes, you're gonna make your way across to the dismount, which is this black platform. This is also the starting platform of the next obstacle, so you may not overshoot. Obstacle number 6, starting platform is the same landing platform as before. Remember, don't overshoot. You may use the rope, the boards up until the black tape line. Show them the black tape line. Okay? So if your fingers go on or past the tape line, we're going to tell you to move back. Don't make forward progress. We're going to yell at you to move back, but keep an eye on that tape line. You may use the ledge here, and then the same as on the other board. So you may use any part of this blue board until the tape line. You can use the ledge again, and you've got your landing platform up here. This is also the starting platform of the next obstacle, so you may not overshoot it. Obstacle number 7, starting platform is the same landing platform as before, so again, you may not overshoot. The bar will be in that position up there. There will be half clamps keeping it in place. You may move the bar before you start going. That's up to you. Using that bar and that bar only, you're going to make your way across onto these hooks, which drop. You've got the hooks up there. This gray pad up here is flimsy and it is off limits. You may not use it. If you grab it, it's going to fall right off. Your dismount is up here to the left. You may use the truss to protect yourself from falling, but if we see that you use it to help you with the obstacle, we're going to call that out. This is a hands-only obstacle. Beautiful. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Yell at him. It works. Let's go. Come on, Ramsey. Let's go. Let's go. Chuck it. All right, obstacle number 8. Starting platform is the same platform that you just finished on, so don't overshoot. Using the rope, it's got little footholds in here. These are going to stay here. You're going to make your way onto any part of this first kaleidoscope board. So you got red ledge, the sloper on this side. You've got the vertical limit here and the vertical limit only. You've got the red ledge and the blue ledge over here. You've got the ring over here. And you may use the column pad over here to make your way to this red platform over here. All right? This is a hands and feet obstacle. Go. All right, obstacle number 9 and the final obstacle. Your starting platform is the same as where you just landed. So make sure not to overshoot this red platform. Using the green trapeze bar here, the UFO, the UFO, the UFO, and you've got the 2 ledges on this panel. So you got the one in the front and the one in the back. You're gonna make your way to this red platform over here where your buzzer will be waiting for you.
Get her done, Tom.
Come on, let's go, Tom!
Come on, dude. You got 10 to do. Come on, 10 it. Whoa!
Yeah! Let's go!
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so you've just seen it, the course rules. This course looks pretty techy. There's definitely some moves that are going to be tricky, and I think it's going to be the kind of thing where you got it or you don't. You know, you have a retry, but I don't know. I think some of these moves are the kind of thing where if you can visualize it, if you can execute it right away, you'll be good, but it's not the sort of thing where I think you'll be able to necessarily feel it out unless, you know, you're later in the run order, you've gotten to see some beta, and if you miss it your first try, you're able to really adjust right away. But it's definitely a techie course. What do you guys think? First impressions.
Oh man, I'm gonna go techie with a side of pump, because that pump's gonna catch on, especially if you fail an obstacle. Second go, you're probably gonna be able to get it. Wow. So the crux point to me is that Superman move. I believe that's gonna be the 7th obstacle. Oh man, that is really, really tough. I'm interested to see athletes that are running later on in the run order by having a really amazing placement run to see if they're going to be able to figure out that really techie Superman move. And then even before that, I really like that ring. I think it's obstacle 5, I want to say, where you have the 2 rings, and there's going to be different betas. We're going to watch multiple different betas on how athletes get through that, which I'm really excited for. And now later on in the course, you're looking at obstacle 9 is giant UFO throws, giant UFO throws. I know Ramsey is a god, one of the course designers, a god at UFO throws. So I don't even know if that's doable. It's really, really hard. But I think we'll have something to get it. We'll see.
Yeah, a lot of really great points there, Henry. We are going to see the crux point most likely, as you had mentioned, being through right after the boards, going into that Superman-esque move, coming down that pipe slider. Although they do get that retry, it is very techy, and it's very possible athletes might just slip off, and it could get in their head. The other thing here in Ferox is obstacles are really high up off the ground. That mentally takes a toll on people, and if they haven't been training in a facility of this scale or magnitude, that could play into that as well. Even with the retry, might fail it again. As you mentioned as well, we go into the 9th obstacle with absolutely huge throws on spinning frisbees to UFOs. I mean, that is just a really massive obstacle after a full pump with a lot of techie moves in front of that. These athletes are certainly in for a really tough course, and this challenge course is going to push them to the limit, but that's why they're here, to prove why they are the best in the world, and we're going to see it for sure this weekend.
So I want to talk about strategy for a minute. What do you think it's going to take to get these athletes to perform their best on the course? Because obviously we all know when you're competing, you know, you make your plan in your head and you do your absolute best to execute it. You think through the steps, you know, you're ready for it in the moment. But what do you think is really going to set them up for success in the best way possible?
Well, absolutely. I mean, any great ninja knows that mental preparation, visualizing, you're in the city of dreams, though. You got to perform. When you're in the Madison Square Garden of ninja, you got to perform when you get your shot. But no, these athletes, I think really important is going to be that really, really fast placement. Run late, get to watch other ninjas do their thing and kind of adapt, adjust. What did this ninja do amazing? What did this ninja do maybe not so great? And make those adjustments.
What do you think, Lucio?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Henry on this one. Of course, it's always, in most ninja competitions, we want, you know, you get yourself in a position where you can run later, see other betas. But, I mean, regardless, a challenge course is just still super techy. And I'm putting a lot of pressure on the athletes here, but I'm wondering if we're going to see anybody even get through that obstacle at all. It's really going to push them to the limits to try to one-shot that, or even if they burn their safety pass, can they actually still get it? I know we'll see, best in the world. Let's prove me wrong. Make me eat my words, but it's really a tough obstacle.
So,
Sorry, I got to go back to that. You guys just heard it, and Lucio's an expert at course design, too. He just said that this challenge course is too hard, potentially too hard. Please, some of you athletes, shut him up right now and send this. You guys can do it. I think it is really hard also. In all seriousness, this is a tough course. That obstacle 9, I mean, testers were struggling. But, I mean, we have the best of the best for a reason. So you guys got to send this. Please send this.
no, we definitely have the best of the best for a reason. But I'm curious what you guys think. Where do you think is going to be a place where people are going to use their retries? We already talked a little bit about the crux point with the Superman move, and then the last obstacle 9 with the UFOs, spinning discs. But what about that flying bar drop? And even for some of our female athletes, where do we think might be some different crux points or different moments where we're going to have to use a retry for females versus males?
Very good question, Cara. I definitely feel like we're probably going to see our first retry for some of the athletes on obstacle 4 with the ring on the hooks. You're going to see, as Henry mentioned earlier, we're probably going to see some various betas there. Some athletes might stick with 2 rings. Some athletes might abandon 1 ring and go for a skyhook approach. As you can see, some of them are angled differently, and if you try to go with a slow static approach, you'll have to be really quick with the other ring if you're not going with 1 ring. So I feel like we might see some safety passes burned early on with people just not knowing the correct beta dialed in on that one. And as you mentioned, the flying bar, that drop is pretty beefy. So it could just jolt some athletes off. We might see a couple of them using safety passes there, but I really predominantly think our safety passes are going to be used towards the latter end of the course, between 6 and 7, between the doors, the tilting doors, and the Superman on the pipe slider for sure.
Yeah, definitely that flying bar obstacle is definitely tough. You really got to absorb that big impact training right there, is absorbing that impact. We are going to see different betas on there also, I think. I think some athletes are going to throw into that flying bar move, absorb that impact, and then they might go straight to the dismount platform after that, and some athletes are going to make that final move. But I think there'll be some athletes that have to use one of the redos, but I think for the most part, like Lucio said, later on in the course.
The way I'm looking at it, I feel like all the athletes here are definitely strong enough to handle these obstacles. So I'm not expecting anyone to go out on grip giving out, slipping off something. I'm expecting people to more so go out on a technical error. So how they evaluated their strategy, they go to execute it, and then they miss, they were a little short, whatever it is. I'm not really expecting the gas tank to be a problem. I'm mostly expecting technical errors. I keep thinking about that last obstacle with the UFOs and the spinning discs, because you really got to punch it and execute it the first try and get that link move on the first transfer over. If you don't, you're going to end up spinning around in a complete circle and hopefully be able to get right back off, hopefully not be dizzy. But I think that's going to be a technical one for sure. What else do you think is going to be in athletes' heads as they're preparing for this course and they're getting their strategy ready, as they're thinking about their fellow competitors? Do you think there's going to be any rivalries that's going to affect the way that people attack this course?
So it's a good question, Cara. I don't know necessarily if there's going to be any direct rivalries. I do feel like athletes who have been to Ferox before will have an advantage over athletes who have not. This facility is just unlike any other across the globe even. Just the sheer height, the scale of things here is just very different. I mentioned it earlier, and I really do feel like that's going to play into a lot of athletes' minds when you're doing obstacles really high up and just in this atmosphere. Some people are traveling from all over the country. We're athletes ourselves, and we know how that can play into it. So I wouldn't necessarily say there's a rivalry directly between athletes, so to speak, but maybe just between them and the course and them and their personal travel on getting here and experiencing the facility.
Yeah.
I think, again, so important. I mentioned this briefly, but it's going to be running late, getting that really good placement run, and that's a full speed course. You got a please send that placement run. Get a late run order, no hesitation in between obstacles. Send. But anyway, get a late run order for your challenge. And then I think it's going to come down to athletes being a chance to watch each other kind of figuring it out, and then an athlete's going to figure it out, figure out that Superman move through, and then you're going to get a send train. And then hopefully, again, very techie course, the athlete that can put it all together, hopefully be the champ.
Well, I'm about ready to talk about who we think our champs are going to be this weekend. Let's talk about some athletes and get into some athlete analysis. When we look at the spread of athletes coming to Fair Oaks this weekend, we have so many athletes who have already won first place in their qualifying event to get here. So that's pretty intimidating when you think about athletes from all over the world who have already been on top of the podium and now they're all in the same place. It's going to be pretty incredible to see how it goes down. So let's bring up some athletes. I know, starting on the male side, some of the hot picks, in my book at least, are we got Jay Lewis, Josiah Papel, for me, also Zach Toussaint. So let's start with Jay Lewis. What are you guys thinking about Jay? What do you think is going to be perhaps his strategy or his strong point coming into this competition?
Well, first off, Jay Lachey Lewis, amazing athlete, super flowy, obviously amazing with linking, movements, continuing on. Amazing A&W athlete as well, has gone really far, done really well in WNL, as well as NSN. So really talented athlete, first off, but again, it's going to be having a really fast placement course, and then figuring out, do I have to go really fast to that first crux point, or can I, still go fast and then send it?
And Jay's already coming first here in the Fair Oaks qualifier, so I feel like he's pretty comfortable here. What do you think, Lucio?
Yeah, one of the biggest things with Jay Lewis is he's just a consistent athlete. He's all around very well-rounded, whether it's tech, power, speed. He's very proficient in all areas, and I expect him to come out here. Like you said, he took a first place here. He knows this gym. He's trained here. He's competed and done well here. And like I said, just super well-rounded, well-versed as an athlete. I mean, I think Jay is going to absolutely dominate. The course seems to play to a lot of his strengths. And he is really typically good at doing a lot of these one-shot, almost Instagram-worthy skills in comps. So I feel like he should do really well here.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another one that I know is one of your guys' picks, Josiah Papel. All right, let's start the chatter. What do you think?
So I'm excited to watch Josiah run. He's just coming off of a huge win in another comp recently at NSN. And I feel like he's just on a roll. I mean, Josiah is a really tall athlete with a big reach, so that does help play into his strengths here in this course. Like, he may be able to do some beta breaks on things that weren't even thought through, or maybe other athletes might not be able to do personally. But Josiah sometimes does make mistakes. Not often, but it does happen, and I don't think he's done it in a little while. But I do have my reservations there with saying maybe he takes the top spot. So we'll see how it goes, and maybe he's going to make me eat my words on this, and I hope he sees this. But like, all the love to my man Josiah, I want him to hit a buzzer, but I think that Jay Lewis might take that top spot from Josiah.
We will have to agree to disagree for the first time. It doesn't happen often, but I got Josiah winning this thing. First off, when you're coming off an NSN win at Rise, he won, he dominated at Rise. Coming off a win, you have that confidence. Confidence is everything in this sport. In the sport of ninja, having confidence is so helpful. And Josiah can go big moves. He's techie. This is a techie course. It's, again, a techie with a sided pump. He has the gas tank. So I think Josiah can take the win here. Again, let's get a fast placement course, and let's just send. Let's get that Superman move. Let's get that later on, that UFO disc move. But I think Josiah will be the winner after this.
Right, we will see. I want to bring up one of my picks, Zach Toussaint. He's one of the athletes from British Columbia, and gosh, when I watched his runs earlier this season, he just comes out with fire. So much speed, really incredible. I was very impressed just to see how smooth he was, how much he had to just go forward and like give his all on the course and really attack it. We also saw him in one of our top 5 moments, which is pretty incredible.
I'd also like to bring up another one of my top picks here, which is Schnorr. I think Henry and I also have a similar decision on this one. We think he's probably going to do really well in this competition. A really strong athlete coming from Israel, and just really looking like, I mean, we've looked at some of the highlight reels that have been posted on Instagram. So much power, so much grip strength coming from Schnorr. And he has an upper hand because he did get to come out early enough where he was able to train here at Fair Oaks. So he's a little bit used to some of the higher up obstacles and some of the ways that maybe the course designers have set other obstacles in other parts of the gym. So I really feel like that'll play to his favor here. Not that the other athletes maybe didn't come early enough or anything like that, but I feel like based on what I've seen from him as an athlete going into this comp, and plus that he's had that a little bit of experience, I think that gives him a little edge here.
Anyone else you want to bring up?
I was going to hop on that Shanor wagon for a little bit. No, he's super talented. First off, in Israel, instead of playgrounds, they have ninja playgrounds. Like, the sport of ninja is big in Israel, so it's really, really impressive. When I watch some of Shanor's Instagram, I'm just like, whoa, is that possible? Super flowy. I think he moves a lot like Jay Lewis, like Jay Lachey. So I think they're similar in that sense. And actually, originally, my top three, I was going to go JJJ, I was going to go Josiah, Jay, Jackson Erdos. But actually, I'm dropping Jackson down one to give Shanor a shot, because you bring up a really good point. He's got to train here a little bit, and he's super talented.
All right, well, we'll have to see this weekend. Let's move on to the female athletes. All right, I am super excited, for one, to see Madeline Medeiros. Let's talk about her for a second. She just came out so incredible, clearing the course, being the only full clear in Fair Oaks for the challenge course for the females. Really amazing stuff. And the thing that I love watching about her is she's so smooth and so, like, you don't expect it out of her in a way, because she seems to have so much finesse on the course that is really admirable.
Yes, absolutely, Cara. Like, watching her runs here at Fair Oaks, very impressive in both, getting through that clear on this course. I believe it was the only clear overall, regardless of gender. Just super impressive as an athlete, and that's why I'm putting her in my top three as well. I'm going for my top three. We'll just cut to the chase here. I'm giving my number one spot to Addie Herman, followed by Madeline in second, and Abby Clark coming in third. I think it's a solid top three there for the ladies. This course really playing to the techiness, so that's kind of why I'm throwing it over to Addie and saying, I feel like her tech movement in this really will help her in this course. And then Madeline has a gas tank. We know for a fact, and I still think she's going to edge out on those tech moves and really pull through. And Abby Clark, always just really strong, really well-rounded as an athlete, can hang for days, really powerful. So I think that's my top three. I don't know how you and Henry are feeling about this, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Madeline, Addie, and then Lila Nathieson, right, is actually in my top three. But let's go back and talk about Addie for a little bit longer. Addie, to me, is an expert. Like, she knows what she's doing on the course. I commend her so much just for her, not only her ability, but her mind as she focuses on the obstacles and just is able to execute them so perfectly, I feel like, every time. What else do you have to say about Addie?
I mean, Addie Herman, amazing, amazing ninja athlete. To me, when I watch Addie, when I watch her flow and her movements, she's a tech queen. Like, when it comes to tech, I mean, Madeline, to me, is, when it comes to, like, grip, burnout, like you're doing an obstacle for 1,000 moves of cliff, I go with Madeline. But based on this course here in New York City, I have to go with Addie, because there are a lot of techie moves, and Madeline, prove me wrong, hopefully you will, but I don't know if you can handle the tech in this. But when it comes to just pure grip strength, Madeline's there. Now, to me, Abby Clark is a mix of both, which I'm really excited to see this weekend. I think Abby Clark, I have Abby second. I have Addie Herman first, because this course, I think, really suits her. And then I still have Madeline coming in third. But I'm really, all athletes are amazing. I think Abby's a nice combination of both. But ninja's so hard to predict. But no, I'm so excited for these female athletes.
Yeah, Abby Clark, just like you said, is the full package. She really has so much finesse on the course as well. She trains so much of those big linking movements, which I feel like will truly help her on the course this weekend. And Abby, she is able to focus in and execute on the course in a way that just looks like a seasoned competitor. She is confident, and she knows what she's doing, and she's done this before. So like you said, she's been in Fair Oaks before as well. I think she'll be comfortable on the course as well.
I mean, I was just out in Switzerland recently with Abby myself, and I know height is going to be no object to her here. We were just hanging 600 feet under a bridge doing a ninja course, and she didn't look phased at all. So, I mean, I don't feel like it'll be a problem for her. Like you said, she is a seasoned competitor. She's been doing this for a very long time, and that's why I'm putting her so high up in that bracket. I feel like she's going to come out here and just dominate and show why she's a true veteran in ninja.
let's just talk about a couple wild cards for a second. So one of my wild cards, Lila Nathieson. To me, that girl is scrappy. Like, she gets on the course and she just rips it up. I think they call her El Grizz for a reason. Like, she gets out there and she's honed in. She's so focused. Like, I watch her and I'm like, I want to be like that when I attack obstacles, because she is literally attacking them. Another one that I wanted to bring up, Beth Lodge out of the UK. She is one of the top winners in the UK, coming here to Ferox, and I really think she's going to bring her A game. I think she's going to feel proud to stand up amongst so many other top females here, and I really think she's going to bring it.
Yeah, I actually go way back with Beth. I actually competed on Sasuke Vietnam with her, and she was the top female athlete in that competition. And she has a gymnastics background. She has flow, she has movement, but she is try hard. Like, she goes hard, so it's not gonna be for lack of grit on any obstacle that takes her out. Her tech, again, you guys are probably gonna hate me, but I do think some of the other areas of the world, some of you are a little bit behind on the linking and the flow. So I don't know if the speed will be there, but really, I agree with you. Really impressive athlete, and I think top 5 is doable out of Beth Lodge.
Awesome. Well, do we have any last comments before we wrap it up here, you guys? Any last picks you want to throw out there? Are we good to go?
I mean, I would like to add that I think Yuri Prokudin is a contender as well. He's my dark horse pick because we've watched him before at Gauntlet, and we didn't know who he was at the time. We know who Yuri is now. And he has the gas tank. He has the grit and the determination. He does not quit. And we saw it earlier in that move that he pulled off when he was at Motive. He's able to pull through in difficult situations, and I really am excited to see how he performs in this course. He has been here to Brooklyn before. He has trained at Ferox, which also gives him an upper hand to some of these other athletes who maybe haven't done that before. So I'm really excited to see him as my dark horse pick and see where he goes from there.
All right, well, get ready to tune in this weekend to watch all the action happening here at Ferox Athletics in Brooklyn, New York. It starts tomorrow morning, going through Sunday, so be ready to watch, and we're going to see who comes out on top.